Hey, what's up, guys? Ron here once again. Monday, October the 14th. Okay, guys, it's October the 14th, Columbus Day. Today, I did not actually take any trades. I said it last night on the webinar and this morning again on the morning call. It's just not going to be one of those days that I actually executed any trades. But as I finished out the morning call and the markets open, I saw an opportunity to provide a lesson. And every time we see an opportunity, I want to make sure I capture it. So I went ahead and recorded a paper trade. Old school, old fashioned, guys, pen and paper, just paper trade, okay? Just pen and paper. I went ahead and wrote them down as things were happening, just so that you can see. And I wanted to kind of recap this for you. Again, this is just a paper trade, guys. $725 profit in 24 minutes. Basically, what I want to cover here is the thought process, guys. This is the important part. I've said it before and I'll say it again, guys. Execution, execution, execution. It's all that matters, you know. How you execute your trades, you know, it's all that matters. And this morning, we went through our call. And like I said, you know, don't come into the markets with an overly bearish or an overly bullish bias. And even though you may already have that, you know, a bias one way or another. So as we reviewed Shopify this morning, and here's a clip. All right, so looking at the daily, boom, it hit the top of that Darvas once again, failed to close above it. Now it's below it. Once again, it's having issues at that 331 area, okay? 331 level that I set for myself. It's just having issues staying above it. Now, looking at the intraday, again, it's gapping lower, like the markets. Where is it? Right around this 327 level. Pre-market low is right above it right now. So as of right now, 327.83 would be my box low for shop. And then the high, the previous day's close is 329.26. That's probably what I would use. Because again, you can expect shop to possibly open anywhere around here. Boom, close that gap and then reverse lower from there, depending on what the markets want to do. You know, I'm expecting it to like probably close that gap in the morning, potentially before breaking down to 327.83 and then continuing lower. Again, we're always going to plan for both sides. And I know sometimes I'm saying this and it sounds like I'm more bearish than I am bullish. You can see that I originally thought that Shopify may potentially say to itself, hey, man, you know what? I'm going to close this gap from yesterday and boom, and then reverse lower. Or I'm going to go up, hit this key level and boom, reverse lower. Or I'm going to go up even higher and hit 3 levels and then boom, go lower. You know, but like I said before, I'm not going to be overly bearish. I'm going to plan accordingly. We're always going to plan for both sides. You know why? Because that's all that matters. What the charts are telling you right now, what the markets are telling you right now, it's what matters, and you have to handle it accordingly. So as we were trading Shopify this morning, as I saw it in the open, I mean, it didn't really have too much volume, but it is an easy stock to trade. Shopify is pretty predictable. We already had our key levels for both sides, guys. So as you can see here on this chart here on the right, we already had our key levels for it. So we already knew what it was potentially going to do, whether it broke higher or broke lower. So again, we treated it as such. So it's like, hey, man, Shopify broke through my initial levels pretty quickly. So I missed my original entry, and you know, it's like, man, I missed it. Oh, well, now what do we do? So this is why I thought it was important to record this. It's like, okay, perfect example right here, guys. You know, because this is all that matters. What's going on right now at the right edge of the chart. So when you're looking at Shopify, let me zoom in a little bit more here. And you'll see it on the video as soon as we play it. Because I did record it as I was seeing things. And I talked through it. So I narrated so you can see what the thought process was. To see whether you wanted to take a reversal play here, or whether you wanted to take it long. And this is the important part here. What am I thinking? Because now Shopify is at key levels that we've already predetermined, and it's like, man, but what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? It's already at this point here. You know, it broke through my initial entry, it broke through my second point, and now it's at a third point, potentially setting up for a reversal like it did on the previous day. So it's like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? So that's what we're gonna cover on this video here, guys. Let's go ahead and play that clip for you guys. I hope you enjoy, and I'll catch you right after. We have boxed it in on the morning brief saying, hey, man, if it breaks this previous day's close, that's going to be my box high. We want to ideally get in here, but obviously it just bum rushed all of this area and it went higher, right? So I want to give myself the 2 to 3 minutes now because it broke through my levels and now it's approaching a key level of 331.36. So what am I doing? I'm going to adjust my box as necessary, okay? So what did it do? It gapped down barely a little bit and closed that gap as soon as it opened. And now it's above these key levels here. So now, okay, we're on our second minute of the open, third minute. And now I'm just adjusting and watching it clearly. It's above the 200 EMA on the 1 minute. Do I want to jump in here? The volume was strong enough to break through these levels here, strong enough to keep it above there now. So it's one of those times where it's like, okay, now I got to make that decision. Where do I want to go in long or where do I want to go in short? So what are we going to do here? So looking at this right now, I go over to my trade Shopify and I start looking, for example, at things like volume. I start looking at what the bid is doing, the bid and the ask, and I start to see where the volume is going in. And I can see here that on the put side, we have very little action. More action seems to be going in on the call side. Let's go down here to 82 to 135. So once again, I analyze everything. It's about to break this 331 key level. That's going to be my key level now. So basically, I just reboxed it in with 331 and the pivot right here, guys. This is what I'm looking at. So now my entry point is going to be a break of this 331.36 or a break of this 330.35. Okay, that's what I'm looking for right now. It's 4 minutes into the session. And again, yeah, you can take it long here. So another thing you can do is let's go ahead and take a look at the level 2. Let's take a look at the bid and the ask. Okay, and let's see 330, 331.02. Let's see where who comes up more or down. Does this who caves? The ask, the sellers, or the buyers? So you can take a quick look at this, for example. It's a quick reference. This works well on your phone as well. So now I'm paying attention. Again, I got it reboxed in at this level as soon as it opened. Now we're stuck in this little range. I don't want to make a decision now because I don't know what it wants to do. It already broke my initial box from the pre-market stuff. Now we're here, but these are 2 key levels that I'm paying attention to. I don't want to get stuck. I don't want to get caught in chop. I want to make sure I'm taking a really good play and I don't want to take it in the wrong direction, okay? So let's take a look. And for this one, I did say I wasn't going to trade today, so I am just going to paper trade this one. So let's go ahead and take a look, guys. All right, volume for today so far is only 1%. But we're going to stick with Shopify because it's one that we reviewed, okay? So 1% is not impressive. I'm not impressed. Okay, it broke 331.36. I like it. I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm going to take the play to the north side. So I'm going to go and say, all right, I'll take the 330s at right now, let's see. 330s are at 830. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down, guys. So 830, I took the Shopify. So let's say, okay, 330. Let's say I'm just writing it down, guys. I don't know if I would get a fill at 830. Last one was 840, or the last one was 830. It's at 845 now. So pick a number. It doesn't really matter. 830, 845. But let's say I got in. The time now is 9:35. 8:35, 9:35. I'm in here at 8:30 to 8:45. So whatever. Pick your price. Now, because it's still early in the morning, my stop is the break below this pivot here. So if it comes back below the pivot, we're done. Honestly, you can even consider getting out as soon as it starts to head lower here, because now what didn't happen? It didn't go your way right away, and that's a problem. And because we're at a key level, so it's one of those situations where it's like, hey, it's not going my way, let me get out. So now my 830s are going down in value. Now mark 830. Okay, they're still at 830, so I'm watching. All right, now here we go, 815. Now what's going on? The market is starting to push lower, 330.75, but this is higher than it was when I first started looking at it, so we're still there. So I'm gonna hold. I'm still watching. Alternatively, too, you could play both sides. So now you can play the reversal here as well and say, hey, you know what? Let's see which one wins, and then cut the one that you don't like because it got stopped out at its stop. But there you go. So now, boom, it's going back my way. All right, here we go. My 830s are now worth 890. Okay, 890. 830, 845. Pick your number. It doesn't really matter to me, guys. My next target is going to be 334.62. All right, let's wait. Let's wait. So 334.62. I'm expecting that these 330s are probably going to be worth. So we're at 330. It's gonna be in. So I'm gonna say they're probably gonna be worth around $10.50. So depending on how many you got, obviously you can just do your math from there. But I'm gonna target this level here as my first target, and that's probably, remember, Shopify does move about 12 bucks. And then 343 would be the max target for the day. So 330, 343, about $12 there. Let's see if we can get past these levels, okay? And again, guys, it's just a paper trade. I did not execute any trades. I did say I was taking the day off. I'm just basically summarizing what I'm talking about and how to make these decisions on the spot. Because again, yes, it could reverse here. Yes, it could. But now I'm analyzing it based on the information I have on the right edge of the screen, guys. Okay, I'm watching it. I went ahead and boxed it in initially. It blew through that, and so obviously I'm done. I missed the initial entry, which would have been down here, like I said. You know, we just covered it on the call. I literally just finished the call, and I said this was the box high, but I missed it. I don't want to get in long here because now it's too close. One, it's at a pivot, and two, it's too close to my next target, which is L1, H1. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. If this thing could reverse here, I mean, that's what it's been doing lately, so I don't want to get caught there. So now what am I looking at? Okay, I'm looking over to my right chart, okay, my 30-minute chart. What did we do on Friday, guys? Boom, my high was 336, so I'm keeping an eye on that level, all right? So my 830s, my 330s now, I bought for 830, are worth $9.15, okay? So now we're at $9.15. Now, this is the time to consider whether I want to add or whether I want to get out. So now I'm watching it. So what am I looking for now? Okay, I'm now watching to see if it's going to hesitate at this level. 334 was a key level. It's a potential area of resistance. So I'm watching it. I'm watching it. If I start seeing any hesitation at this point, basically what I'm going to do is I'm not going to let it come back and put me in the red. So I bought these for $8.30. Now I'm watching it. If this thing comes back to $8.50, okay, well then that's a problem. Maybe it's time for me to get out. So now I'm watching it because I'm already green. Why should I end my day in the red when I was already green? So now, boom, we had a nice little break. I like this volume. I'm going to go ahead and add again. So I'll go back and I'm like, you know what? Let me add some more. Now, I like these 335s. I'm going to go ahead and add these. So right now, the 335s are at 820. I'm going to go ahead and add some there. So 335s at 820. And I'm going to add a little bit more. So let's say I added, let's say 5. Okay, 820. Boom, I got a fill. Okay, we're still at 820. Now it's going up. We're at 835. I like it. Why did I add, guys? Because it's going through my levels. I like the volume that came in. I added a different strike. Why? Because I want to be able to get out of those first and not be confused. I'm already making money on my original entry, and they're deeper in the money. They're $5 in the money. These ones are at the money. So I want to add a little bit more because these are going to be the first ones I'm going to take profits on, probably at my next target, which is probably the previous day's high. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at it, okay? So I'm looking. All right, so let's take a look. And again, I paper traded, not even on the app or anything, just by paper and pen and paper, guys. I'm just looking at pen and paper just so that we can see. And again, I'm trying to emphasize the process of what you're looking for, okay? You know, we covered this in the course, but just in case it's not clear, we cover it on the webinars, but just in case it's not clear, the train of thoughts, the execution, what you're looking at, you know what I mean? Because again, I don't want you to think, oh, but it broke high, I need to go high. Oh, but it's at a key level, I need to reverse, it's gonna reverse. It doesn't matter what you do as long as you're making the decisions for yourself. So even if you picked the reversal level here, then you say, okay, boom, it's going my way. Wrong. Once it does this, forget it. There is nothing to think about. I mean, look at the volume on this one compared to the red one. As soon as the volume went above it and it broke above that key level, there is nothing to think about, guys. This is, okay, well, I'm going long. Okay, so remember, I got in on this candle here. Why? Because it was above it. I like the break. The volume was higher than the previous one. You see that? Boom. I'm like, okay, well, I'm taking it long. Okay, my stop was going to be down here. If it started to come down. So I gave myself enough room because obviously I don't want to get squeezed out right away. So now I'm paying attention. Boom. Once it broke this level here, I like this volume. Then we got a gap up on the next candle. So I'm confident. So I added at 335. I added 5 more. Boom. Okay. And let's on the 330s, I just did the one. Okay. So let's say I just did one. I bought those for $8.30. So now those are worth 330s are worth. Oh, look at that. $11 so far. My 335s I bought for $8.20 are worth $8.45. Okay, so my 335s I'm probably gonna cut here shortly, depending on the volume. I'm gonna keep an eye on the volume. I'm just gonna see what's going on. Okay, I'm just gonna see what's going on. All right, so let's just keep an eye. I'm watching closely, hands on the trigger. This is the time where I would definitely be setting my closing positions, and I would say, hey, 335 strikes, I'm gonna set my closing order, and I just have my hand on the trigger so that I can get out. So again, I'm already in the green on these. So 820, we're at 845. If these things start to come back on me and they hit 845 or 830, okay, well, you know what? I'm not gonna let it go in the red. Let me just get out. So I'm just gonna get out, okay? But everything is looking solid. I like the way this thing is moving. I like the way this thing is moving. And again, guys, this is just a paper trade, pen and paper. That's all I'm doing. I did not even go into the paper trading system. I'm just watching this here. Okay, now we're back at key levels. Okay, it hit this level, and now it's starting to hesitate. Boom, it matched with these levels here. I'm watching it closely here. I'm watching the volume coming in. Okay, I see the RSI is at the top. You know what? Let me go ahead and start cutting back on those 335s just in case. So we are at $9. Let's go ahead and let me see. Let me go back and check. Let me take a look and see what it wants to do. I'm still on the 1 minute chart here, guys, because again, it's still early. It's only 15 on the first 15 minutes. Let me see. Let me see what it wants to do in this area. I want to see how this candle closes on the 1 minute. I do have my 10-minute chart up on my flex grid up top, so I am able to see it there, and I love the way it looks on the 10-minute. I mean, this is a beautiful, beautiful chart, guys. Look at this. Look at this 10-minute chart. Boom. Gaps up. Continues higher. Now we're at those highs. This doesn't look like a reversal pattern to me, so I'm going to be a little bit more patient than to just get ready to exit. But I would have hand on the trigger on these 335s, okay? 335s, hand on the trigger. I'm watching closely, okay? This pattern here, had it happened up here, maybe would be a little bit more concerned, but now I'm watching it. Now I'm watching it. Like I said, I'm not going to let it put me in the red for those 335s. I'm not expecting this thing to reverse, but again, I'm not a genie. I'm not, you know what I mean? I don't know, you know? So now we hit above about $1 already. So we got those at 820. It definitely went up to that level. So last was 920, as you can see there. So definitely could have collected a profit of 920. We're at 910, down now to 895. Boom. Let's see what it wants to do. Volume is coming in. You see this volume coming in here? Now this volume here. See this volume coming in? All right, so now it's time to get out. I'm getting out of those 335s. 335s are worth 865. I'm just going to get out of all of them. Okay, so 865, I would put my order here, get out all of them. And then, you know, either get a fill 865 or 870. So I'm out of those, guys. So 820 to 865. Oh, well. All right, 820 to 865. If that's fair for you guys, I took my profits at 865. I'm not going to mess around with this one. Now I'm going to watch. My other ones are deep in the money, so I'm not that worried about them. Now, what I've done is I've moved my stop for my original ones. My stop was down here. Now I'm looking at this key level here. Now I can start switching over to my other time frames because now I don't want to get squeezed out. Okay, I don't want to get squeezed out just because of these little moves. I got out of the 335s because they are pretty much close to, they're the highest risk. I did get more of them, so they're at highest risk. Again, those 335s made enough profit, you know, on a small account that it's okay. You're already profitable for the day. You're definitely profitable on these 330s. Okay, these are worth now $11. So now I can start setting stops. For example, even dollar values. I start setting alerts. It's like, hey man, if this thing comes back down, the mark comes back down to 1125. Give me an alert. So create an alert. If the mark comes down at or below 325, that's probably going to be a signal for me to consider starting to take my profits on the rest of these. But I am going to be more patient on this position. Why? Because it's deeper in the money. There's no reason to rush out of something that you're already deep in the money. So, okay. And again, I did say I wasn't going to trade today, so that's why I didn't do a live execution on this one. I'll try to record a live one tomorrow or the days that follow, just like this, but live, so that you guys can see. I just want you to see the train thought, the thought process as far as getting in and getting out, adding and getting out, etc. Why I added on a different strike, etc. And even though I wasn't expecting this thing to reverse, again, guys, I'm not a genie. I don't know what it's going to do, but my second position is most at risk because it's at or near the money. The time right now, it's about to be 9:50, so it has the potential. Things have the potential to start reversing. Another key, boom, it's at key levels where, hey, this is where it reversed on Friday, right around this time. So am I really going to be that stubborn and say, hey, I'm going to lose money on 5 contracts that I just added? Because those 5 contracts will overtake my 1 contract at 330, lickety split, you know what I mean? And it's over. It could be all over. And then I went from having a nice profitable day to losing money for no apparent reason, okay? So now, looking at both my charts here, let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit more because the previous day is going to be my most important day here. So again, 337.42 was the high. We already broke above that. We're at 338. Now I'm on my 10-minute chart and my 30-minute chart. I'm reviewing and watching closely to see what we're looking like. Okay, now another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send my strike to a chart and I'm going to monitor that as well. So I'm going to send this to yellow. Okay, I'm green, guys. I got in these at $8.30. So now, no matter what, we're making money, right? So I have my other chart up here. This is my 5-minute chart. And then I have the chart of the contract that I am trading. Look at this beautiful setup, guys. Boom, boom. I mean, you can't ask for more than this. I mean, I don't know what, you know what I mean? So now I'm monitoring those. Oh, what just happened here? So I'm monitoring this. And now 1588 is not a bad target, 1588 is going to be my target because that's the pivot for the contract that I'm trading. It's been there before. The chart on the stock is looking solid. On the 5-minute, it's looking solid on the 10-minute. It's looking solid on the 30-minute. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at that. Next thing I'm paying attention to, guys, again, do your scan. What did the markets do? What is the VIX doing? Do not ignore the VIX. Okay, the VIX opened. It gapped lower from the pre-market and is pushing lower. So, okay, well, everything is confirming that. The ad opened low and it's still low. It's on our green zone, but it's still pushing lower. So again, we're looking at what it's doing and where it is. Okay, and then the tick. What did the tick do? It opened below minus 500, but it started to push high. So again, I'm paying attention to all these things. I'm going through my scan now. I'm paying attention to everything that's going on around the markets and the stock that I'm trading. So again, I'm focusing on the one stock, just looking at that one stock and that one stock only, just to make sure I'm not being foolish, So now I'm going to go to my chart again, my watch list on the side, looking at the stock itself. 8% volume. Current correlation with the market is 0.79. Okay. And then RSI on the daily is above 87. And RSI right now on the 10-minute is at 91. So we can start expecting a potential reversal here soon. So again, I'm going to go back to my charts. Let me see if I start getting a reversal pattern. What time is it? It's 9:50. Again, when did it reverse last time? At 10 o'clock. It hit the 10 o'clock candle. So at 10:30, it started to set its reversal. So we may have some time to go still. But now, hands on the trigger, guys. Okay, I'm not going to give up my profits because I want to be stubborn. So I'm watching it closely. I'm watching the volume. So we're at 1350 is our midpoint right now, 1355. Again, I'm targeting 1588 because it was the pivot for its the contract itself. Okay, the contract itself. Let's see what's going on. So this, I'm just trying to walk you guys through my screen process, my screen transfer process. 152. You know, the put side. Let's see, the put side is starting to pick up steam. 258. To 528 compared to 152 to 789. Okay, so again, I'm paying attention, guys. I don't like this pattern being built on the 5 and the 10 minute. I'm watching it closely. RSI is high, volume is high on the previous one, and the volume is starting to pick up. So 75, 56%. I want to see where this candle starts to close. So let me go back. My 10-minute chart. Oh, my 10-minute is not looking good, guys. We have 8 minutes to go on this candle. But I don't know that I want to wait for that because we may get a big push. So let me see. I'm going to watch. Okay, so now I'm watching. Hand on the trigger. And again, this is one of those scenarios where I would have the stock and my order probably ready to close on my phone. I'm like, okay, we're ready to close the position. So I would go create closing order on your phone and just get ready. Because remember, these things could come back down hot and heavy. Boom. And give all of this back real quick. $12 move. Oh, by the way, we opened at 328 and now we're at 339. That's a $10 move. You know what? I'm gonna take my profits here. That's $2 away from where we could potentially hit the day. So at 1330, one last scan before we make this decision. Okay, 1330 just gapped up. Okay, just gapped up. Before we make our decision to close, let's take a look. This is what it's doing on the contracts chart. Okay, I really want to take it at 1588, but I don't want to be greedy because we are already making money. 40% of the volume on the contract is on the sell side, so it's not above 50. But I don't like these patterns being set on the 10 and the 5 minute. So let's keep an eye on these, okay? Again, this is the scan, guys. So I'm bringing these down so you can see what I'm looking at any given moment, okay? So now the chart is turning green. Now looking at the markets, the VIX is still pushing lower. Correlation is still at 0.79, so it's pretty closely correlated today with the markets. But the markets right now, let's take a look. They're red. The ad is pushing down. Fuck it. All right. I'm going to take it here, guys. 1330. 1330. All right. So what time is it now? It is 8:54. 1330. I put in my order. My order is executed. I'm out. And again, this was just pen and paper, guys. Pen and paper trade. I'm done. And now I'm done for the day. Let's see what it wants to do. It'll probably keep going to 1588. But I took it. I still had a few minutes left on the candle, but I just don't like that it paused the way it did. Again, let's go ahead and go down to a minute chart. It's just hesitating there too much, guys. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes. So basically, what did I do? I took a time stop and I got out. Okay. So what was my profit for this simulated trade? We went from one contract. We purchased at $8.30 and we sold it for $13.30. So that's a $5 profit on one contract. Okay. So that's $500. Okay. We did 5 contracts. Okay. 5 contracts at $8.20 at the 325 strike. All right. And then we sold those for $8.65 on the stop out. Okay. So that's a 45-cent profit. Okay, so $45 times 5. Let's double check. All right, so times 5. You're looking at $225. So you have $725 profit for the day, guys. And then I would be done right here. Again, my original target for this was going to be 1588, but I don't like that it's pausing here. It's taking too long. Once I see this, this is where I say, okay, I may not have had a line, I may not have had a key level there, but this is the time to kind of say, you know what? it's time to consider. I'm already green. Don't be greedy. Take your money and be done for the day. And that was it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Whether you did or not, I know it wasn't a live trade. I'm just trying to explain the thought process here, and that's it. And now it just broke above the 14 price level, or hit a high of 14. So 1588 is definitely right around the corner. But it is what it is, guys. We make decisions on the fly based on what we see, and what we see is the right edge of the chart. And what I see here tells me, hey man, take your money and call it a day. As you can see, Sharp definitely hit my target on the stock itself, which was the pivot, which is pretty much at the same time that it hit the pivot on my limit that I wanted. So as you can see, those lined up pretty closely. So this was my target, and I had no doubt that it was going to get there. But it's one of those situations that I want to kind of emphasize, like, hey, don't be stubborn when things pause like this and start setting up reversal patterns on multiple time frames. It's just not worth the risk. You know what I mean? And yes, I was deep in the money. But this is one of those situations that, hey, you have to kind of consider, hey, do I want to take my profits here, or do I want to hold out longer? And again, no matter what, I would not have ended the day in the red, which is the great thing, because now I'm just monitoring. And, my next stop would have been this 334 area here, as I watch it, or this 337 previous day high. So again, this would have been pretty much what I would have used, but at the same time I say, you know what, let me just end the day here and just take my money. And that's all it was, guys. There was no reason not to keep going to 343, but at the same time it's like, hey, don't be greedy, take your profits. Had I waited for the 588, easily would have been $1,000 day with minimal investment. You know what I mean? And as you saw, most of my profit came in from the smaller investment. So I put $830 into the original position. The second position I layered in with $4,100 in the expectation that we were going to get this push higher. But because I did risk more money, I was not willing to put that money at risk. I'm not going to let that put me in the red, because that will hurt me. You know what I mean? That's going to be the position that's going to put you in the red massively if this thing turns around massive, like fast. So you want to make sure you cut those before they come back in the red. What I want that second position to do is to be like this, pretty much like the original position where we just continue going higher. That way I can take profits from that one a little sooner, or that would be the one that I would take profits on for the day. And as long as the Sharp, for example, continues to go higher, let's say Sharp continues to go higher and it closes above this pivot, and I like the way it looks on the daily, then there's no reason for me not to consider holding this small position that's deep in the money for a longer time period, i.e. for the rest of the week. You know what I mean? And potentially turn one contract, one investment of $830 into $2,000, $3,000, or $4,000, just because I am being patient with my winners. Because a lot of us, when we first start trading, we're very impatient with our winners. We see $100, $200, and we take our profits right away without any real reason, without paying attention to the charts. We're just looking at the money, and trading the money doesn't work, So without paying attention to the charts, we take our profits. But when we see that it's going against us, we're very, very patient, and we say, it'll come back, and we talk ourselves into staying in a position that's losing money, and is breaking level after level after level, and you keep moving your stop back. It's okay. Maybe I'll stop out when it breaks the next level. And then you say, no, it's coming back. I'll stop out when it breaks the next level, or when my account hits this number. And we keep moving those stops back, because we don't want to face the pain, the immediate pain of giving up money right now because we were wrong. You don't want to admit that you were wrong. So you stay in and just take in that pain. You know what I mean? You take in that pain for no reason at all. But anyway, guys, let me not make this video an hour long. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it was beneficial and that you guys learned something. Once again, if you learned something, you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Click the like button, subscribe. And if you have not taken the courses, go ahead and click those links below. And I will catch you guys on the next one.